Favorite albums, 1981. Big year. Graduated from college. Had that wonderful degree in economics. I couldn't get a job to use my degree in economics, and I didn't want to work in the summer and go and bother going to try to get a master's degree, so I took a job as an assistant manager trainee for Kmart and retired from that 35 years later. I kept saying, I got to get out of this job. I hate this job. I hate this job. Oh, well. But more importantly, 1981 was the introduction of Chicken McNuggets and the McRib sandwich. I think that's the two biggest things to me that happened in 1981 that was life-changing worldwide. Still love that McRib sandwich, but is it really meat? So we have some albums here. Favorite albums from 1981. Behind me are some other outstanding albums of 1981 that I really, really enjoy a lot. But I'm only going to pick 10. I have two runner-up, though. I didn't include these because I don't have the cover, but this is their original Black Flag Damaged, but lost the cover during the flood. Damn hard cover to find. But, yeah, nice. It's actually, the vinyl's in really, really nice shape on here. Sounds good. Got it really nice and cleaned up. Just needs a cover. Black Flag Damaged would have been top 10. The other one, using this as a cover, but this is Rocky Erickson's The Evil One, which I think is a phenomenal album. This album, just it's a repress, and it has quite a bit of the songs from The Evil One on here, but there's other stuff. It's a 2-album set. I just use it for that, and hopefully maybe someday I can find the cover for The Evil One. Both of these two would have made my top 10 if I had the covers, because I'm using covers, okay? Well, also the vinyl. So, number 10, Adam and the Ants, and here we go. Prince Charming. I mentioned before many times I went to England in 1981 with an English course, and the very last 3 weeks, my last week, we were let out on our own, do whatever you want, and I went over to Wales, to Tywyn, because I wanted to take a steam railroad up into the Welsh mountains. So I was staying with a family, bed and breakfast, and the daughter was into Adam and the Ants. And anytime you turned on the TV, Adam and the Ants were there. And, you know, Kings of the Wild Frontier is my favorite, but this one's right up there. And it made such an impact. This reminds me of 1981. It reminds me of my trip to England. It's just filled with memories. Is it the greatest album in the world? No. But it's a favorite because we have Prince Charming, oh well, so much for that. But there is, it's just Sex, That Voodoo, Stand and Deliver is on here, and that is an all-time favorite. Stand and deliver your money or your life. Ant Rap is on this. Yeah, it's great. Adam and the Ants. Prince Charming. Next one, and this is dirt cheap still. This is Red Rider, East of Siam. It has the incredible song Lunatic Fringe. All-time, one of those all-time favorite singles, but also on here, Cowboys in Hong Kong. We have The Laughing Man's were really good. Ships. The Only Game in Town. I really like this. Tom Cochrane, he went on for a solo career after Red Rider, but this is one I love listening to. It's still fun. It's very 81. You could see that. Very early 80s. Super cheap. Great tunes on there. So that's number 9. Number 8. Super Freak. Oh, Rick James. Oh, Street Songs. Oh my God, Street, but Super Freak is the song. So I remember this because I started working. I'm in Kansas City and I'm going to the ghetto. It's I was in a Kresge store and I had to go from the richest part of town. I was living on one part, but on the way there, I had to go through the richest part of town to get to one of the worst parts of town to work. And on the radio, you know, I through the rich part of town, I'd be listening to classical, and then I hit the ghetto, I'd turn into some of them. And this was all over the radio. Rick James, Super Freak, but Give It To Me Baby's on here. Fantastic. Call Me Up, Below the Funk. I'm not as big on his ballads necessarily, but man, this man could funk. Now, one strange dude, and obviously he had a lot of problems with women and everything else with sex, but there's one Rick James album. That's it, Super Freak. Number 7. To me, the last great Stones album, Start Me Up. Man, this thing was, you know, the 3 Stones albums, Some Girls, was it Tattoo You? And no, this is Tattoo You. Some Girls, the next one. No, I can't think of its name. Sorry, but they had this run of 3, and that's when I was introduced to the Stones. So the early Stones, I knew a few of the songs, and through college, okay, I learned a lot of the Stones, but these were the Stones of my youth and what I heard. And to me, this was the last great one on here. You know, little T&A's on here, just wonderful. Waiting for a Friend. I just thought that was just a marvelous song. Heaven, Hang Five, Slave. Good song after good song on this. And again, for me, this is, after this, I really didn't, you know, get into the Stones as much. This was it. Number 7. Number 6. X. And we have Wild Gift. I just love this group to death. I just, you know, they've made so many good songs on here. This one, you have Adult Books, Coming Over, Beyond and Back. I like that one. And Universal Corner, the Once Over Twice. Absolutely phenomenal. Out of L.A., you know, John Doe, Billy Zoom, Xena. So much good stuff. And it's not like that expensive to find some of these. This used to be bargain bin, man. You would find this in the 80s, in the beginning 90s. I mean, I bought all my X for my first collection inside the bargain bins. Now, not so much, but absolutely outstanding album. So many good songs on here. Well worth number 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm making sure I'm counting right. Okay, number 5. This is Gang of Four's second one. Here we got Solid Gold. Gang of Four starts to get a little more dance oriented. This is really listenable. You know, the very first Gang of Four is very good. Throbbing hard bass. I mean, they had a rhythm section between the drums and the bass. Gang of Four is known for that. And you hear it on here, but this one's really accessible. Very accessible. Just an outstanding listen. When I first heard it, back when I was younger, it was, oh, okay, but I really didn't get it. This is one that has grown on me as I've gotten older, and now I just put this on. It absolutely just, I mean, it's just danceable. It's just so cool, but that bass, my God. You know, any of the songs on here that I could sit there and sing to you, any of the lyrics, not that I could anyway, but no. It's just a very well put together album. That sounds great. 4. Kraftwerk. This is, again, more of a commercial Kraftwerk. You know, it's not as experimental, but it was the first Kraftwerk I ever heard. I found it in a library, brought it back, taped it, and go, gosh darn, this is something totally different. This is really, really new. I had no idea who they were, and so it was exciting new music. And now, you know, through the years, you know, the old collection and the new collection, I bought you know, a bunch of the 70s Kraftwerk, and I enjoy it all. But this is the one that started it, and I still find it totally exciting to listen to. You know, you talk about electronics, but you have Computer World, which is just incredible, but pocket calculators. I'm just a pocket calculator. Fun stuff. You know, Computer World's on a couple times. Home computer, it's more fun to compute. I mean, it's just all about the computer on here. Just, wow, so happy. You know, this album just brings me joy. Number 3, and I learned about this through a compilation. Actually, I really learned about Mission to Burma through Moby, when Moby did his punk rock, because Moby was a punk rocker first. And he did When I Reach for My Revolver. And then I found from Mission to Burma. Now, this is an original. This is their EP that they put out in 81. So I'm including it because it is power-packed. This is so incredibly good. Such a phenomenal album coming blasting out of Boston. We're just ripping guitars, anger, angst, such loud noise. Incredible music. Well worth, if you see that, to pick that up. And, you know, last year my local store, Radio Wasteland, and had a bunch of these kind of originals come in, and it's just an amazing album. And I again, brings great joy whenever I hear this. Number 2, the Cramps, and there's my original vinyl, but I was lucky enough to get another original album, so now I got 2 original vinyls. Sometimes to get it covered, you got to buy another original album, but so I have them both. So this came after Now TV Set, and on here you do have Goo Goo Muck, Rockin' Bones, Voodoo I Do. It is still very much the psychobilly, not so much sexobilly, but psychobilly. And, you know, look at that. The cover's just absolutely incredibly cool looking. Very, very fun. Kid Congo's playing on here. Greg Hawkins. There goes the mind. Had left, and so Kid Congo plays on this. It's just another phenomenally fun, exciting album by the Cramps. You know, the first, the Songs the Lord Taught Us is still my favorite by far, but this comes in at number 2 after, well, you know, Gravest Hits or, you know, Bad Music for Bad People. Both of those are compilations. Those are really good. And finally, number 1, Grace Jones. Man, night clubbing. I tell you, this gal, you know, when she got with, oh my God, she went to Island Records. What she did is just amazing. And you know, when she was Sly Dunbar and Robbie Shakespeare, and they took, and she's able to take these original, I mean, these songs from other people, like Night Clubbing, which came from Iggy Pop, and make it her own. Walking in the Rain, Pull Up to the Bumper, Use Me, and Bill Withers. Night Clubbing, that's side 1. All of those incredible, top-notch songs. Feel Up, Demolition Man from the Police, I've Done It Again. It just doesn't get any better than this. She is on fire. It is so, it's danceable, it's exciting, it's fun. She made, oh, it's Pure Black. Each song, she totally made her own, and to me, it's a must-have album. Grace Slick in the early 80s, you know, late 70s, early 80s, she was on fire with her music. It was big in the dance hall, I mean, in the discos and stuff, but it was so cool because it was so, you know, new, you know, modern new wave going on, and really good stuff. So my number 1 album from 1981, Grace Jones, and Night Clubbing. Wow. So there we have it. 1981. A lot of good stuff. You know, again, some of these albums, you know, Psychedelic Furs, you can see behind me. Echo and the Bunnymen had a phenomenally good album. The Minutemen, right up there. Great stuff from them. Brian Eno, David Byrne put out an album. The Tom Tom Club, I believe, had out. Blue Oyster Cult, Human League, Men at Work. Devo Gun Club is right there. There's a French pressing. These are all albums I love that were great, but I'm only doing some, so there's the rest of them. Thanks everyone for watching, and drop by on Sunday. Bye.